Suddenly, I couldn't see anything at all. The shark was still there, though, because I felt it brush past my legs every few minutes. Each time, my whole body tensed up, waiting for the bite that didn't come. I started talking to Elena constantly, telling her about our wedding day 6 months ago, how beautiful she looked walking down that beach in her white dress, how we danced until 3 in the morning and her dad cried during his speech. My voice was the only thing keeping me awake through the burning pain in my ankle and shoulder. Hours passed in total blackness, with only the sound of waves slapping against us. My own breathing sounded so loud and ragged in my ears. Elena's body temperature had dropped, so much she felt like ice against my chest. I pressed her as close as I could, trying to share whatever warmth I had left. But I was getting cold, too. That deep cold that comes from inside your bones. My teeth chattered so hard I bit my tongue and tasted blood. The waves kept washing over our faces, and I had to constantly adjust Elena's position to keep her airway clear. At some point, I saw a small light way off in the distance, maybe a boat or a plane. I tried to blow the whistle attached to my BCD, but my lips were so swollen and cracked I couldn't make a seal. The pathetic wheeze that came out wouldn't have been heard 10 feet away. The light moved across the horizon and disappeared, taking my hope with it. I kept talking to Elena anyway, describing the house we were going to buy next year, the big kitchen she wanted, and the garden where we'd grow tomatoes. My voice got weaker until I was just whispering against her ear. Dawn started breaking finally, and I could see Elena's face for the first time in hours. Her skin was gray like ash, and her breathing was so shallow, I pressed my ear to her chest. Her heart was still beating, but barely, these tiny flutters that scared me more than the shark. The shark itself was gone, but I spotted more fins about 100 meters away. 3 or 4 of them cutting through the water in lazy circles. They hadn't come closer yet, but they knew we were there. Back on shore in Colombia, Pilar Garza was just getting to her office at the Port Authority. She found a delayed report on her desk about 2 missing divers from yesterday afternoon. The dive shop owner had finally called it in after realizing his boat came back with 2 empty spots. Pilar immediately started mapping out current patterns on her computer, calculating where we might have drifted overnight. She divided the search area into zones and started calling every fishing boat captain she knew. Within an hour, she had 8 boats heading out to different sectors. She stayed on the radio coordinating their movements and adjusting the search pattern based on wind data. None of us in the water knew any of this was happening, of course. All I knew was Elena needed help soon or she wouldn't make it. The sun was getting higher, and Elena's face was turning red from the exposure, so I pulled off my wetsuit top with shaking hands. My fingers kept slipping on the zipper, but I finally got it off and tried to tie it around the safety sausage to make some shade. The yellow tube kept bobbing away in the waves, and I had to grab it 3 times before I could wrap the black neoprene around it. I held it over Elena's face, my arms burning from keeping them raised, but at least her skin wasn't in direct sunlight anymore. The waves kept spinning us around in circles, and I couldn't tell which direction we were drifting. Elena's weight belt was still clipped to her BCD, so I unclipped it and let it sink down about 10 feet on the octopus hose. The weight dragged below us like an anchor, and suddenly we weren't spinning as much. That's when I saw it. Way off on the horizon, a huge cargo ship